Hello everyone and welcome to the new Common Corner. Let's tune in to the moment first. It is about, I want to say 12:30 at the moment in the afternoon, and for the first time ever there's someone else in the room with me. It's my partner Ka, who is working on his laptop a couple meters away from me. As you can tell, this is a new environment, and the reason for that is that I've moved houses, and I'm now living with my partner. So he's here at the moment, and it's quite special because this is the first time that I'm talking out loud while he can hear me. Ka, do you want to say hi?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, so I wanted to just tune in for a short but sweet catch up with you all. I'm quite limited on time. I think it's been a good 7 days of like non-stop hassle, and that's definitely showing in my daily pages at the moment. I have here some photos from the last few days, and I thought that we'd go through these photos and we'd plot them into my daily pages, which are slightly empty at the moment, but that is just very reflective of the times that I'm in at the moment. Today I have both of my fountain pens with me because the other one has been in use by Ka, my partner. He's been using the classic Kaweco Sport with a fine nib, and I have the aluminium in a medium nib, but I have them here, both of them here with me today, which is quite nice, as it is quite rare that I have them both at home, but this is the new home and both of us are here at the same time. So okay, so here is Sunday, and I've done a bit of work so far here, and it's actually been very lovely because I think this is the first time all week that I've had time in the morning to do some journaling. I checked the amount of humans that have joined us in the Common Corner earlier today, so I'm just gonna note down that number here. Oops. 3311 humans. Welcome. Let's make a little star, and yeah, okay. So this is today, and actually today is the first day that we've decided on the location of the Common Corner for this home, and we did that yesterday, and from this morning I've kind of been setting it up. I've started to kind of work on it a little bit, and I actually just printed out a photo of it, and I wanted to show it to you all. I know that it's going to be a bit small. I hope that my phone will focus on this, as it is way above me right now and I cannot see the view, but this is how it's looking like at the moment. Actually, I'm going to get up and see how it's looking like. Yes, I think that focuses. It's a lovely little corner in the kind of left side of the living room. When you're looking out to the window, you can see this big window right next to me, which is giving me a lot of light. And even right now, actually, I have a little curtain blocking the sunlight because it is so bright. I have my trusty bookcase with me, but actually this time around, rather than it being kind of like up against the wall, I've taken it coming out of the wall so that it's creating like a little wall between me, the Common Corner, and the rest of the living room. So on the other side of this bookcase is going to be a sofa, I think, later down the line, and kind of the rest of the living area. But this is a very cozy environment for both of us really to journal and gather around this table to journal. You can see that this table is still here, the OG table from the original Common Corner, but it will be replaced with a full round table. As I've said previously, I am running out of space when I'm doing my journaling, and I would like to I would just like to have a full round table so that I don't have to feel like I'm limited in space, but I can just, you know, put my things wherever they need to go and be a bit more free when it comes to that. I was actually just thinking about putting it here. I think that's quite a nice spot actually. It cuts off this cloud here a little bit, but I think that's okay. I could also just put it on the other side here, which I think actually balances it out a bit better. So I think I'll put it there. So I am using my trusty Xiaomi printer, mini printer. I'm gonna write it here because this was asked a couple times. So it's like XIAOMI mini printer. I think you can find it with that, and I think they even sell it on Amazon at the moment if you can't find it otherwise. But I'm using these sticker photo paper. I'm just gonna put it on top of this cloud here. I originally drew it in to kind of balance this spread here, but I forgot that I wanted to put this photo down as well. I'm thinking of doing that. Yeah, I think that would be good. Okay, it's slightly crooked. But I think this is like such strong glue that it's very difficult to get it off the paper. Oh, not really. Okay. Then we're gonna put it back on and we're gonna glue it on straight because I like my photos to be quite straight. If it didn't come off, I wouldn't mind it. I would just play around with the crookedness of it and put some tape on it or something, but since we can peel it back off, we can do this. Okay, I'll still put some tape on it because I like the kind of layered effect of things. There we go, and then maybe one at the top as well. Nice. Yeah, so I've really enjoyed curating this bookcase. I think it's still a bit empty and it's gonna fill up with time, but I quite actually like it the way that it's looking right now. I have a little lamp at the bottom here and a lot of plants at the top, so it's like kind of creating even more height. So basically it's almost like a wall at this point between the common corner and the living room, which is quite wonderful. I'm really enjoying that actually. Yeah, so this is from today, but I'll make a note tomorrow that this photo's been taken the previous day. Let's now zoom all the way back until last Sunday. I'll take you through my pages. Some of them are filled, but when we come to a page that's a bit more empty, I have a couple of photos that I want to slot in there. So we can do that together. Okay, empty to start with. Yeah, so, okay. On last Sunday, this was when I kind of made my last video in this original common corner, but I did mention, and a lot of you agreed with it, that the common corner is a concept rather than a real place, and everyone can have a common corner in their room. It isn't just connected to the room that I started the channel in, you know? So even though that's always going to be kind of in my heart, and I'll always be grateful for this corner of my life, but as things move and people move along, and you know, perhaps other people want to create their own common corners, I just thought that viewing it from a perspective of it being a concept feels nicer, and it feels more flexible, I think, as well, and it just helps change flow a bit more smoothly. Okay, yes, so that day I had done this video and then afterwards just gotten very busy, so this is to be backfilled at some point. I think tomorrow is going to be my first day where I don't have a schedule from morning until evening, so I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. And I made a video a few months ago, I think it was called How to Backfill Hobonichi Daily Pages or something like that, and there I kind of developed this like box method where I draw a box all around the page, but here I had already drawn my normal margin, like here and here, so I just thought that I would make that box a little bit smaller than usual, and I did use this to-do list space for that day, even though I had no time to sit down or have to myself. I was literally on the go from the second that I woke up in the morning until I got back home, maybe at 9 p.m, and then I still had to pack up my things. So I'm gonna make a logbook there. I always write down the reason that I didn't journal that day, which is just it's just something that's interesting to look back on whenever I see these pages with a box around it and I know that it's been backfilled. And then the dates that it's been backfilled on, and then I'm just going to collect some ephemera and journaling here. But this day, on Monday, I met up with 3 different friends and I did kind of 3 different things with them. So what I'm thinking of doing is like making like an illustration of the morning here, the afternoon here, and the evening here. So I'll have kind of these 3 like kind of boxes to note down the activities that I've done, but with sketching perhaps. I don't have any photos printed out from that day, so I'm gonna leave this part empty for now. But I had a beautiful day. It was like a hot, really sunny summer's day. In the morning I went swimming with a friend, and then I went to have this Greek cafe. I went to a Greek cafe with a friend, and usually I'm always in Greece at this time of year, except this year. So it was just lovely to go somewhere that reminded me of the things that I'm usually up to around August. And then in the evening I met up with a new friend. She's actually Finnish, and I think she's gonna become my first Finnish friend in London, which feels like very special. So I met up with her in the evening and it was just really, really, really lovely. And I got home very late, so yeah, but that was a beautiful day and I'm excited to fill in this page tomorrow, I think. Then the following day, on Tuesday, I had in plans to have a day out with my flatmate. So I've lived with her for 2 years now and we've had a beautiful time. She's like a sister to me now, and we just wanted to have like one last day out as flatmates. So we went to this Manomake creative event in London, and the theme for this time was collage with and so we did collaging, but all the kind of magazines that were available to cut photos out of were interior design magazines. And I was like, wow, well, this works out perfectly as I'm in the process of moving, as I'm in the process of kind of curating a new space for myself. It was just perfect. The theme was interior design. So I cut out some of these kind of vibes, I would say, just like different kind of things that represent a mood that I want to bring into this new home of mine. So I have like this warm atmosphere. This represents like a warm atmosphere. This here represents like linen and soft fabrics and curtains. Here we have then like beautiful kitchenware, which we've already kind of curated and collected and organized in our flat. Then this is the first time in a while that I'm gonna have a bathtub in my home. So I saw a photo of a bathtub and I was like, this is perfect. Green glass, case in point. I have a lot of green glass in my life, and there's just something about it that's very beautiful. And more of kind of linen-y, soft materials, as well as just fruit. I just thought that this pair was beautiful and I wanted to layer it on top of this collection to put it like it's coming out of the glass. And then I actually have, so this is a magnet of a Greek salad. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's a magnet of a Greek salad. And when I was in Greece last year, I bought a magnet that was of moussaka, like this Greek dish, and it was from the exact same collection. So it had the moussaka kind of 3D coming out of a plate, and it said moussaka there, and then, or Greek moussaka or something like this. And then I was about to buy the Greek salad magnet, so it was just crazy that I just saw this Greek salad magnet in a magazine. So I cut it out and put it here. And then fresh flowers. Well, this is not fresh, but I always want to have fresh flowers in my home and plants in general. So I curated this collage of things on my book, which was really fun because I've never really done a collage in my book. I mean, I know that I'm always collaging, I guess, but this felt very creative because I wasn't trying to, because in a lot of the other things my collaging is very practical, so they're always related to the memories that I've made on that day already. But this was like I was creating this collage on an empty spread, which usually doesn't really happen. I usually always have some writing before I've even put any photos on the page. So this felt very special, and I just did a bit of journaling on that day. And it was good that there was only a little bit of space to write because I was so busy the rest of the day. And then the following day on Wednesday, this was the last day before the move. So we picked up the keys, we came to clean the flat, and I stayed here until maybe like 7-ish to clean, and then I went home. I was at home around 8, and I just continued packing basically and catching up with my flatmate and kind of spending the last evening with her again. So no writing was done on this day again, which was so interesting that for the first time, I think in like 2 months, I had like at least 2 pages of just blank within a week. So it was really interesting, and I've been feeling the lack of journaling in my life. I've really been feeling it. It's very interesting, and I have more thoughts about that later on, but I have about 15 minutes left before my tutoring lesson, as that's what I'm doing for my work at the moment. So yes, that was that, and I filled that in a few days ago on the 2nd. So I think that was literally the day before yesterday. Or was that even yesterday? I'm getting confused now. No, that was the day before yesterday. And I quite like how it came out. So it's a very similar layout of backfilling a page as I did for the Monday, which yes. Okay, so there we go. And then I think we'll be getting now into August. The only thing I've so far done for the cover page is put down this photo that I actually took when I visited London for the first time in 2018. So in 2018, I came to London for the first time with one of my childhood best friends and my mum, and we did kind of all the typical touristy things, including going to the London Aquarium in kind of central London. And I took this photo of a jellyfish and I printed it out, and I've been having this on my wall for the last 6 years, until now that I've made this kind of quite monumental move. I took it down from my wall, and I just thought that I want to capture it somewhere that I'm gonna keep looking at it. So I thought, what better place to archive it than in my pages? So I've stuck that down, and I have a few ideas of what I want to add onto this. And one of them is definitely this sticker that I purchased from the All Things Analog shop in Eastbourne of the UK. But I believe that this was a Sticky Club sticker sheet. Yes, so there we go. And it says August on it, and it's kind of this kind of planner page, and it says August here. So I was like, okay, I wanna include this on the August cover page somehow, but I also want to include something else here that I can write on, and then I'll layer this on the top. But I think I'll have to show that to you in the next video. So here is the moving day. I wanted to include, I think, this photo here. It's showing my previous room, very, very empty. If you can believe it, it's in that corner that the common corner existed. It looks like a very small space now, looking back at it. But that's where I lived. This was my room in a very tiny flat, very nearby central London. But I loved my time there. And this is now one part of the new flat, which with all of my stuff scattered around. So I just thought that was very fitting for the 1st of August, which was the moving day. And I just might put it very simply somewhere here. Oh, that looks kind of nice, actually. I might actually put that there. This is a very unusual space for a photo in my book, because I usually do my to-do list here, but the whole day from the morning until onwards, I was just moving my things. So there was only one thing to do that day, which was to move. So let's put that here. Yeah. There we go. And I'll have to do some writing on there later on as well. Okay, this keeps sliding, but I'll just have it here so that it stays safe. I'm gonna backfill the rest of this, and I'm gonna just talk about that process of moving and the emotions that I went through that day, and how it felt to really like sleep in this home for the first time. But yeah, empty, half of the page is empty here, half of the page is empty here. Okay, I guess it wasn't as much. I've just felt like things have really been empty, but I guess they're not that empty as they were in my head. Okay, that's nice. There's a few more photos here. I think half of these were taken on the same day, but I'm thinking of putting them in the weekly spread. Maybe not all of them, maybe I'll just cut them up now. Let's see. I usually like to print out photos in a grid. So with the printer, you of course print through an app, as it is with most of these wireless mini printers these days. And inside of the app, you can choose to print a collage, and then you basically just choose your photos, as many as you'd like, and I usually like to do 4 so I can get them in a nice grid, and it puts it into the grid for you. And in this way you get a bunch of these mini stickers basically, which is quite fun. Okay, so I think, I'm not sure which one of these, like there's a couple of really cool things around this area and I took a photo of them. And I'm not sure which ones I want to note down here. I'm also thinking about how it's going to look with these pages. Is it too much? Or do I just want to put this? We got a celebration tiramisu with some McDonald's ice cream in the evening, which was quite fun. I might just put that one here. And then that's it. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It's really cute, these little stickers, I find. They're very fun to use. Okay, so I think that's how Thursday looked like, and I just really want to write about it a bit more. And then we have Friday, and on Friday the morning was spent kind of reorganizing and unpacking and everything, but then in the evening I went to a beautiful house of an artist in London. I think it was called the Lambert House, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a house that a famous painter, Mr. Lambert something, and I'm not even sure right now if that's the name because I'm very, very bad at names, but I will note that down in the description within the next few days if I remember, but do ask me if I don't remember. So we went to this house with my friend, and it was basically this house that has been kind of, they've saved all of his items and his paintings and his ateliers in the house, and you can look around and see all of his artwork. And this beautiful, beautiful drawing, which looks like a photograph, was done by him. And I just loved it. There's kind of this dragon that looks like a statue, and there's this kind of lady underneath it in this very dramatic pose. And this is from the Victorian era, and I just love the style of the art of a lot of artists back then. So I've printed this out, and I think this would be very nice here. But now I'm not completely sure because I feel like these colors don't fully match somehow. Actually, it might be quite nice if I just put it here. Okay, I like that. I'm gonna do that. Changed my mind very quickly there. But this is just beautiful, and I just wanted to keep that in my book. I think it's like my favorite art piece from the whole house. And I want to put this piece of tape here as well to kind of create a bit of a layer. And I like, just because these photos are very glossy, but when you put this tape on top of it, then some of it is a bit matte, but you can still kind of see the general outline of the photo underneath the tape. So I quite like that. I don't know how visible it is, but for you, but I can always feel it when I'm looking through my pages. Okay, I have about 6 minutes until the start of my lesson, so I shall be on my way. I do work from home though, so it's no hurry, but I like to have a bit of time for myself. These photos, I'll show you just as the last thing, are going to go on my weekly pages. Let's see. So here we go. Still slightly empty, but this is the week and how it's looking like. I have all of these things should be boxed up with this highlighter. Simply there has not been time, so that is not there right now, but I'm gonna do that with my highlighter with the according colors, and you know, later on with the, yeah, like with the appropriate colors. I'm mostly using the gray, the brown, and the reddish color right now for kind of self-allocated time, work, as well as social events. So I want to do that just so I can see how my time was allocated this week. And then when you print these photos in that four grid, so there's 4 photos in one photo, they fit just perfectly like inside of these weekly pages. So I'm gonna kind of put them here according to the right days and so on. But I'll just put them here so that they are safe. And that is it for, once again, this very short but sweet catch up. I have a feeling that as I'm heading to Finland already on Saturday of this following week, I'll make a video or 2 in the following week from here and post them so that I can kind of keep the uploads going, because I'm really, really loving it, and I don't want to have too long of a break when I'm in Finland for 10 days starting from the 10th. So yes, I will see you later this week, or well, now it's Sunday, but I'll see you next week, and I might even see you a few times, but don't count on that, because I don't know how busy I'll be with my moving and my unpacking. Mostly with my unpacking. I think the move is already done. But yes, thanks for tuning in, and I hope that your day is flowing as you wish. I'll see you soon.